Hello,
I'm
I'm
starting to look a lot
I'm
younger than
Pam.
you.
Oh, yeah, I think we're recording. Who are you?
Oh, I'm John. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
We're just starting.
That's right. We got a long way to go.
Yeah. And last time we were discussing the 7 sins for a life worth living. And we're going to continue that today. And we're going to talk about the pleasure and how this affects our daily lives, the pleasure of imperfection, and the pleasure of doing nothing useful. The pleasure of doing nothing useful. And he's pointing all over because he wants to read something. Oh, I was going to set the clock so we wouldn't go too long. Well, that didn't happen either. So obviously, we're living these pleasures.
Yeah, I'm just going to read a statement
This-
here that Pam found that she thinks applies to kind of what we're going to be talking about today. So it's a bold statement. For decades, your purpose was tied to achieving excellence. Now, in retirement, that relentless pursuit of perfection might be holding you back from true happiness. Stop chasing the impossible ideal. This video isn't about settling. It's about discovering a profound, lasting contentment by understanding why good enough is not only sufficient, but the ultimate marker of a truly great life.
Yay,
And
we
we
can
believe
hang
in
up
that.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided we're both good enough and we're going to stick it out.
That's right.
Yeah. So you weren't supposed to read the whole thing.
Oh,
Just starting
sorry,
with this
sorry.
video.
Okay.
See,
Next time.
that is imperfection.
Yeah, and I'm not
And-
going to worry about it.
I'm not going to worry about it
Okay.
either, but it was fun to point it out to
Okay,
you.
well,
And it's a
thank
good
you.
example
Yeah.
that, so you read the whole thing.
That's
But that's
right.
all you're going to get to read now.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was a real hard worker. I always wanted to, and I managed people, but I always wanted to do new things, more things. And just the other day, I was realizing, thinking about, I couldn't ever settle like that was talking about. I couldn't settle for just doing what was expected of me. I always wanted to do more. And I always did more. I started new things and I had more work and I worked at night and I worked on weekends because I wanted to be perfect. And I did do some good things, but did I get very far in my career? I don't know. And now I don't really care so much anymore.
Yeah, I think not caring is kind of the state of mind that you want to be in overall, or not caring so much.
Yeah.
At least, and I think I was a perfectionist at some things, and at other things I was kind of careless. And I actually was conscious of that, and I tried to pick out areas of my life where I could be careless and just get close enough. And then other areas of my life where I really had to be a perfectionist.
So you did this when you were younger, even?
Well, when I was working,
Yeah, I'm
my working
impressed.
career, I mean, my job, I was a real estate appraiser. So I wrote a lot of reports on house values and commercial building values. And I was very fussy about getting that all right and drawing very detailed floor plans, which a lot of other appraisers weren't so fussy about. And I can't say that I ended up any better for that, other than maybe a little more respect from whoever was reading the reports. But other things like balancing my checkbook, nah, that I just figured that wasn't enough bang for the buck. In that I just kind of glance at it and see if it made sense and see if I had enough balance and everything. So I pretty much went through through life not balancing my checkbook and only got stung once or twice on that, and that was worth all the time I saved by being careless with that. So I tried to balance with what was important for me to address my attention to, and what wasn't so important. And I knew a lot of other people that I knew were more anal, I would say, about things, and they had to do everything just right, and they kind of tore themselves apart getting things just right. They'd balance their checkbook down to the penny, and I would think, oh, just what the hell does it matter? Just leaving a few extra $100 in there to cover any checks that might be bouncing, and so I don't know.
Well, I didn't really give up perfection until my husband died, to be quite honest. I couldn't stop being perfection. I mean, I think a lot of women can understand that. I know I said that last time too, and I feel guilty about it, but it's true. There's a lot of gender role and stereotypes that are still, they've always been in it. Maybe they'll always be. Making sure that things happen for my son and the grandchildren of my husband the way they would want them, filling holes in their lives. And while I just sort of left mine hanging open and, wanting to be perfect at work, and I was far, far from that. But that was my goal, and now
I'm in the middle of a lot of things right now.
it takes time.
Yeah,
But
but I don't worry.
your package that didn't come.
Yeah, I ordered a watch, and the watch never showed up. So.
I think it will still be found.
Okay.
But
yeah, there's other things.
and I read an interesting article today, and it was totally by chance. It wasn't about this video, but it was about a new region of the brain that's been identified, and maybe it isn't that new, but they called it sort of new, and it was the default mode network.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
There's 3 networks in the brain. One of them is the frontal one, and then there's one I can't remember, and then there's this default one.
And these are networks, not lobes.
They're networks.
Networks, wow.
And they're all different parts they connect. And when you're doing something that has a goal, like I'm going to clean the kitchen, it clicks into the clean the kitchen network. Okay. And the default mode goes away. But when you just sit down, and even today, I have to admit, I rarely just sit down and do nothing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Watching TV without folding the laundry, I mean, who could be that lazy? No,
I could.
I know. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there. But anyway, so this default mode, when you're resting, you're not reading, so you're not having to think about anything. Your mind, you know how your mind daydream.
Yeah.
Like daydreaming.
Yeah.
What it's doing is during that, it goes to the default mode network, and that network is helping you explore at some level of consciousness or subconsciousness your inner self, the things that are important to you. I guess what you're feeling, but it didn't come across to me like that's what it's doing, but that's what it's doing. It looks inward, where the networks that help you complete tasks are out there.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So when you're relaxing, or when I'm relaxing now, I don't have to feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because my brain at least is working.
Yeah.
And it's working solely for me in that default
I'm convinced.
mode network.
Yeah. Well, I was never very good at sitting at home and working on my reports and having the TV on. I wanted to, because I wanted the information from the TV and I wanted to finish my work. But I just wasn't very efficient at that, and it was kind of nerve-wracking. So finally I figured out that I shouldn't be doing work while I was watching TV. So I quit watching TV. And then later on I quit working. But I always liked to sit in my chair. And for a while, I liked to sit in my chair. After retirement, I liked to sit in my chair and watch TV. But then, more and more, I couldn't relax so much watching TV. So I stopped watching as much TV as usual, but I still sat in my chair and just relaxed. And my problem was I fell asleep. So but I did get some just relaxing in, and maybe my brain was working and putting stuff in the right container. I don't know, but and I still do that. I sometimes I listen to music, but a lot of times I'll just sit there, and
That's nice.
I like that. It's really a different feeling of peacefulness, and I realize that when you're younger and you have a job and you have a family and all that it's pretty hard to come by time like that when you can do that.
Yeah.
And we only had one child, and so I suppose I had a little more time than someone who's got 3 or 4 kids. But I love my daughter. I mean, I tried to do stuff with her as often as possible when she still wanted to do stuff with me. But there came a time when she just wanted to spend her time in her room, and she convinced me that she could do her homework and have the TV on. And I tried to get her to turn it off several times, and she was a mellow kid, but she got angry when I told her she couldn't watch her TV. So I just took the path of least resistance, and she liked to shut her door. So I just, I finally gave in, and she shut her door, and she did her homework, and she had the TV on all the time. And
I did all the time.
Did you? I guess some people can do that. And she had good grades, and so it worked for her. But I didn't understand it because I couldn't do it. But now in our older age, I don't worry about too much. Some people around here, we live in a 62 and over building, and some people around here, I think they worry more than they ever did about things.
I do too. And they get angry over little things, not so much with each other, but in the bigger system. And,
it's kind of sad to see that,
is.
that they're spending so much energy in their waning days that should be offering some comfort and relaxation. And they still spend so much time worrying about things that don't seem very significant.
Right. I just listen and think, how come my life can be so easy? And I guess partly it's so easy because you just don't worry about all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, there is that old saying, don't sweat the small stuff. And I always have kind of lived by don't sweat the small stuff. But then the end of that is to don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. Well, I don't believe that really. Some of it's big stuff, and you have to worry about it and take care of it. Well, other things are small stuff, and you just shouldn't be beating your head against the wall, taking time to figure it out. You just got to let it roll, float. So.
My quote was, the best way out is always through, and that's sort of like you just keep like a bulldozer. And I'm no longer a bulldozer.
I could see where you were at one time.
I was. Yeah. In fact, one of my bosses at one point, he said I'm like a halfback running for daylight. Not anymore. Now I'm just chill.
You're pretty mellow.
Just chill. Yeah. Anyway, we hope that you're reveling in your imperfections, and the fact that doing nothing useful is an absolutely wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And John, who can always put reality above a song. No, anyway, he's going to sing again.
Whether you want it or not, whether I want it or not, Pammy wants me to sing.
I do. I like it.
And I know I'm terrible, but I'm going to sing something. I'll sing you off here. You stay around if you want to hear it, but, oh, jeez. Oh, God, what happened, Pam? I told you this had happened. Jesus. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
No, I'm not ready yet.
No.
Okay. They call me the moonlight gambler. I've gambled for love and lost. When I gamble for love and it isn't in the cards, oh, what heartaches it can cost me. Win or lose, I'm the moonlight gambler. And a winner is what I long to be. So I'll gamble for love just as long as I live, till the day Lady Luck smiles on me. Thank you.
Yes, and just remember, good enough is great. Good enough can lead you to profound contentment, just like we have.
Good wrap up,
profound
yeah.
contentment.
Yeah, no
Bye.
perfection here. But
No.
as you'll notice.
Adios.
Adios.